Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be doing a vacation get ready with me. If you're wondering why the sound is a little weird in this video, number one, we're recording on my phone, and number two, we're in a bathroom. So that means it's going to be a little bit echoey. I'm also kind of looking above the camera at the mirror, and I'm doing it from a distance. So yeah, we're gonna see how this turns out. But I just wanted to start off by putting on some chapstick, and I'm putting on a little bit of sunscreen that has a tint in it. So we are on vacation. We had a plan to just do an easy vacation to a close by area. So we're actually in Miami, which is kind of fun. It's not a far drive from us, but we're here overnight, which, you probably are noticing, I'm not flicking off the camera. I have a big gash in my hand, and not from anything interesting. I was unpacking my son's closet, and something fell, and I got a scrape, and then I looked down, and it looked like this. So it looks a lot more scary than it actually is. But in any case, we thought, we'll do something easy and fun, so we don't have to fly anywhere. But my husband has a few days off, so we can actually do something and travel in the sense of stay away from home. And so we're at a hotel, we're having fun, but our plans have all shifted quite a bit because the weather in Florida is very cold. Now, it's not cold for the rest of the country, where I know a lot of people are getting hit with things that are awful, and all my prayers go to the people who are suffering right now, but it's pretty cold here. So it's in the 40s, and that's really cold for Florida. Luckily, we still have some of our winter stuff unpacked because we've only been in Florida for a little bit of time. So not a little bit, but only 5 months. So it's not like we necessarily put everything totally away or gave it away. So we still had access to some coats and some hats and things like that. But it was actually really funny because when Mr. Baby was teeny tiny, actually, before he was born, I went shopping at Once Upon a Child, which is an awesome consignment store, and got Mr. Baby a bunch of clothes for winter because I didn't know that we were going to be moving to Florida at the time. And so after we moved, I was like, I'm kind of sad. He's never going to get to wear these adorable little jackets and sweaters. And they were all for when he was older. They were all 12 months. So then when we had this random cold snap, it was actually perfect timing because he fit into all of these things, and he'll get to wear them for a few days, and then they'll probably get put away until our next baby, and hopefully there's another cold snap when he's, the same size. Now, to be clear, Mr. Baby's only 9 months, but he's in 12 to 18 month clothing because he's really tall. So that's pretty crazy. But the big lesson of this trip has been that we are having to do a lot of plan B, because when you do a trip to Miami, you assume you're going to be at the pool, you're going to be at the beach, but it's freezing. So we can't actually do much of that. So we're doing different activities, which are still fun, but different. So rolling with the punches, I think, is a good philosophy to have when you are doing a vacation, because things always don't go to plan. And on top of that, Mr. Baby, he woke up with a little fever this morning. Not too bad, but he's not so sick. He kind of has a little bit of a stuffy nose and just a fever, but he's doing pretty okay. He's just a little grumpy. So we gave him a little bit of medicine because it was a little too high for our liking and he wasn't feeling good. And he went down for a nap, and hopefully he'll sleep it off a little bit. But yeah, things just don't go to plan. A, when you're traveling with kiddos, and B, when the weather is crazy. So that's where we're at. But it's been it's been really nice. Yesterday we went to the zoo. We love the zoo. I feel like we've talked about that on my channel a lot, that we really like the zoo. And it was fun. It was also very cold. So as I mentioned, walking around without gloves, because we couldn't find our gloves when it was this cold out. And obviously Miami Zoo's gift shop is not going to have gloves. that are gonna have like bathing suits. So we weren't totally prepared for that, but it was fun to see the animals as usual. The tiger was loving the cold weather, so he was out and about. That was really fun. And then we came here, had a delicious dinner, and then just checked into the hotel and have been chilling out. Huge recommendation. If you have a young one and you're traveling, the slumber pod is amazing. So necessary. I think everybody should have one. Mr. Baby sleeps so well in his slumber pod. He slept from 8:30 last night till 7:30 this morning. Now, to be fair, he may also be a little sick, so that might be part of it. But he's done that before in the slumber pod, so that's kind of a cool thing. Now, as far as my vacation makeup, I don't do a lot. I put on a little bit of foundation, a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna set everything down. I mean, my version of a lot is not a lot is probably a lot of people's version of a lot. AKA, I still put on like a base, but not everybody does that. But I don't do anything really fancy with eyeshadow or stuff like that. So I set everything down. I mean, this is probably going to be a pretty quick video actually, because my get ready with me doesn't take very long. I try to keep it short, and I think that's a good policy on vacation, is just to like not focus so much on the way that you look so that you can have fun with your family. I mean, if you're in the bathroom for 45 minutes doing your hair and makeup and not spending time with your husband and your kids, I don't know, man. To me, that's not very classic. I think being classic is, doing your best to look presentable and look nice. And for some women, that means putting on makeup. For some women, it doesn't. But doing that but also keeping in mind that it's important to really balance your time. So I'm putting on a little bit of makeup. It makes me feel nice. It makes me feel ready for the day. But I'm not putting on so much makeup, like a full-on crazy eye look, that I'm not getting to spend time with my family. I don't think that's a good plan. So I will say, maybe because I'm doing a get ready with me and I'm recording a video, I can do something a little bit more intense. I saw something this morning that I'm like a little curious to try. And I don't think it should take that long. So do you want to do that? Should we try something? What do you guys think? I think we're gonna do it. Okay, so let's just do something easy. So my plan is, I've been seeing all this stuff about siren eyes. Now, basically what that means is extending this part of your eye out a little bit and a little part on the inside and just making your eye look very like, so we're gonna try it. Might as well. I do have a couple minutes because Mr. Baby's sleeping. So I'm gonna take I don't have a credit card. They say use a credit card. I'm just gonna take my little, what is this called? Eyeshadow palette. I got there. Eyeshadow palette, and line it up with my bottom lash line, and then use that to create like an edge for my shadow. So as you can see, I'm like going up against it to make a line. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now, to be clear, I've never done this before, so I'm legitimately doing this on camera for the first time. And it probably won't turn out that great, and that is 100% fine, because who cares? It's makeup and it washes off. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're gonna go in with a darker shade, closer to the lash line, but using this again. So like that. Closer to the lash line. I don't know why I'm whispering. Anyways, last night was the last night of Hanukkah, and it was also Christmas for so many of you. I hope you all had a beautiful Merry Christmas. I know that this is such a pretty time of year, and also can be emotional for a lot of people. If you're not near family or close to your family, I think that could be hard. So obviously always sending prayers and love to all of you who are struggling. Whoa, I think I went too heavy on this makeup. Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. Don't worry. We're not gonna leave it that way. Okay. But that eye turned out kind of cool, actually, right? Do we agree? This one, that's not what we're going for. So we're just gonna wipe that off. And maybe go in again with nothing on this brush. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And just straighten that line a little bit. Oh my gosh, that was very funny. So how many of you have kids? I'd love to know in the comments how many of my followers have kids and how many don't. I'm just like curious to know the demographics on that, because like traveling with kids is a whole other ballgame. And I actually love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. I just have so much fun seeing Mr. Baby's reaction to things. And also I wouldn't want to leave him home. I don't know. It's just not my thing. But not everybody feels that way. Some people like traveling like on their own with their spouses. Okay, right now I'm going in with just a little bit of brown shadow and I'm defining my inner corner a little bit and then coming up and lining this part here. Okay, we're gonna see how this looks with mascara. Just as a like heads up, when you're doing your eyeshadow, everything always comes together with mascara. Everything looks terrifying until you have mascara on. That's my rule. So I'm just kind of like lining this part of the eye. I will say, this eye worked. This eye I need to touch up a little bit. Okay, so let's finish that up. We're going to go in, I'm gonna use this flat side of the brush that I got here. I'm actually gonna use that because I think it'll help me focus the color here. Any hoosies. Yeah, so we also are planning on doing some other fun things while we're in Miami. I'm excited to, honestly, I want to hear your thoughts about staycations because I personally can't do them. I can't do a staycation because if I'm home, I am thinking about all the things I have to do all the time. I'm thinking about all of my work, I'm thinking about cleaning the house and doing the laundry. But when I'm out of the house and I'm traveling or I'm on vacation, like I'm able to say to somebody that I'll do it when I get home and I don't drive myself crazy about trying to keep my house clean. So the idea of a staycation is nice in theory, but I don't find that it actually works for me because I'm still dealing with the everyday stressors of just being home and being a homemaker. But I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments about that because maybe there are some people who can do it. By the way, my hair is not styled at all. I left my hairbrush at home. I'm going to need to stop and pick one up. And this is my actual texture without any product, using their shampoo and conditioner and totally unstyled. So if you were wondering why my hair looks a little not its best, that's why. But I'm going to curl my lashes now and put on some mascara. And then maybe if we have an extra couple of minutes, I will use Mrs. Midwest's suggestions on my lips. So I don't know if you guys watch Mrs. Midwest, but if you don't, you should. She's awesome. Love her. And she just did a vlog where she did her lipstick and talked about how important it is to do liner. And she also talked about how kind of overlining your lips on the top a little bit she didn't say this directly, but she kind of meant it, can make you look younger. So if you shorten the length of distance from the tip of your nose to your upper lip, it'll make you look youthful. So I tried that yesterday and I didn't hate it. And normally I hate that kind of thing. So I was proud of myself for trying something new. I'm always very weird about overlining my lips because a lot of the time I think it makes me look like a clown. But whatever I did yesterday, I didn't feel like a clown. So maybe we'll try that again today. Okay, so one thing I'll say is that I think I need to tamper this down on the inner corner a little bit. But wow, yeah, this looks cool. Siren Eyes, what do we think? Leave your votes down below. I think it looks pretty nice. Okay, so we're gonna line our lips. I don't usually line my lips, but I'm getting back into it because I wanna see whether Mrs. Midwest is right, whether I like it. I did it yesterday, kinda liked it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make my upper lip, you see how I have a very clear like divot? I'm gonna just soften that a little and then draw, not like over my lips, but just on the edge. So let's see. And then I just color in the whole thing with the liner. Okay. I'm gonna take, should we do lip gloss or lipstick? Let's do lip gloss. If I can open it. Okay. Okay. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to do any editing in this video. I feel like I just talked straight through. So that'll be a lot easier on me since we're on vacation. I won't have to spend forever editing. I hope you guys enjoyed this chatty get ready with me while we're on vacation. I'd love to know where you're at, how your Christmas was. I just wanna hear from you guys. I saw a comment recently that said something like, why doesn't she she always asks people to write something in the comments, have a conversation, but she doesn't respond. So keep in mind, I read all the comments and I heart a lot of them, but I don't always have time to actually sit there and respond to all of them. So I'm there. You'll know that because I'm liking a lot of the comments. I don't like everything, so, you know, I can't like every single thing, but I like writing, like being there, reading what you guys are saying. I love your comments. So always make sure to leave a comment. I'm definitely reading them. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to follow me on all of my social media. It's at Classically Abby, absolutely everywhere. And if you're not following me on Substack, make sure to head over there for a lot of exclusive content. I love our little community over there. It's great. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.